I don't think I'm very warm welcome to be able to come here today. Friends and family. We're sorry to Ken today, but we're delighted that Alison and Andy.
I'm glad they took it.
Yeah.
That's 3 out of 4. It's not bad.
Well, it's not bad. Hannah has worked tirelessly to make this work.
I just opened it, Grandma.
Monkey.
I think it worked very well. And vote of thanks to her helpers who worked hard yesterday and last night setting up the next bit.
Well done.
We really welcome James into our family. His family now joins ours. Now, when we started, Sue, myself, Jill and Di, there were only 4, then it became 8, and my God, it's exploded. we now have 15, including James and Ruby. So, and this is in the space of a few years. It's a good family. James is very supportive, and you'll be very welcome in it.
Absolutely. It's nice to meet at last.
I mean, you know they make wonderful parents, and they make a delightful couple, I think. And James has got it right from the word go. In their kitchen is a small blackboard, very discreet, that says Bryony is always in the right place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which,
Well, no, she's lamb now. Hey, thank you.
I had promised it short, we're out of here now. So, join to their good health.
Happiness.
Hello, James.
I thought that was actually quite
That was funny. I was a joke.
You meanie.
Thanks, Mike, for your kind words. I do feel very welcome. So, I'd just like to thank everyone here for coming. I know some people have had a bit of a hike, and it's expensive coming down here, and it takes time, to come down here. So I appreciate that.
The bills in the post.
I was asked not to thank certain people by a certain person, so I'll just say thanks to that person and the other person. They live about 20 miles west of Chester in an unnamed town I won't mention because it might give the game away. I'd just like to thank them for being so welcoming to me. I don't really like parents. I'd rather meet Alex Ferguson than parents, but they're not like parents, they're just normal people. Whoever they are, I won't name them, but they've been really great to me, so I appreciate it. If you could pass it on to that person.
On behalf of people who live near Chester.
20 miles west of Chester, on the maps later. I'd also like to thank Sylvia for your help in preparing for the wedding.
I didn't do anything.
It's just great to be down here for the day.
We're glad.
Sadly, my dad couldn't be here, but the bridesmaids are safe, so that's good.
Run faster.
We like reel them in with conversations about the National Health Service. So, thank you to you. Right, I'd like to thank my wife, Bryony. Bryony, as I know her, Hannah, as most people know, or Spanner, as certain people know her. I don't know how to sum her up. She's a unique person. I think anyone who's met her knows she's unique. We're all unique, but she is unique. I once opposites attract. I don't think we're that opposite, but we do like different things. She loves classic cinema. The great directors like Hitchcock, Spielberg, Scorsese. Whereas I prefer sort of reality TV. Programs.
What's made in Chelsea?
Yes.
I prefer TV stuff, the great actors in TV like John Nettle. I love Robson. Hannah loves football. Great highlights, Istanbul 2005. That penalty shootout, she'll never forget it. Whereas I prefer embroidery projects that go on for 9 months. And still haven't been finished. I prefer doing that. So we both love different things, but we're both shared in our love for our little daughter, the chum.
Just focusing on
Rubo
John there.
Ruby. She, you know, when I looked at her blonde hair, her little blue eyes, you know, I think Tony the postman, he made a lot of deliveries. When I was scheduled. But basically, I'd just like to say thanks for everyone coming here today. It means a lot when you're here, and we've only had a small gathering for the sort of formal part because we only wanted the important people here. And later on it'll be great with our friends, but this is... you lot are the important people here, so thanks for coming, and Ryan, it's great to be with you. Now my friend David Collins is going to say a few words.
There are 2 David Collins.
The other David,
yeah. The other one. Not you. Hi Dave. Okay, I'm actually one of 3 best friends here today. The other 2 are Nick and Gerald, and they've told me that they're responsible for everything here. So if you've got any problems, ask them. They'll sort it out. I'm basically going to tell you a couple of little stories about James. I hope they're seen as affectionate and not inappropriate or totally cruel, you know. Feel free to heckle if you feel like I've gone too far at any point. Each story has a bit of a heading. So the first heading is James's desire to be sophisticated doesn't always work out. Once, for instance, he bought a bottle of Chardonnay and pronounced it Chardonnay. But he's also always talking about how he comes from Formby, one of the poshest areas of Merseyside, and talking about how he grew up with the red squirrels as well. But he also once said to me, to enjoy a glass of gin, what you really need to do is put a cucumber in the glass. So, basically, he then hosted a dinner party and he served us gin with cucumber. And I started to drink the drink and thought, this is a nice idea, but there's something not quite right here. And I looked in the glass and I said to Jim, are you sure this is cucumber? And he said, yeah, Dave, it's cucumber, I'll show you. He went into the kitchen, brought out the cucumber, and of course it wasn't cucumber, it was a courgette. It was at that point, the old cucumber. James doesn't know the difference between cucumber and courgette. Another desire to be sophisticated. Loveness ties are flat. But also, James often wants to avoid embarrassing situations. What's great about James is that he'll try and avoid these embarrassing situations and make a story out of it. And then basically, at one time, don't worry James. Yeah, that's alright. But basically, once when he was staying with friends in New York, he bought a pizza. And he basically went to the pizza shop and they said, what type of pizza do you want? And he said, I'll have a large one, please. Not knowing that a large one in New York is really large, and it was about this big. So he then walked down the street feeling embarrassed with having such a big pizza. And he was staying with friends in New York, but they were actually out at the time. And he got back to the flat, and he tried to eat this pizza, and he couldn't get through it. And for James, anyone who knows James knows he's got an amazing appetite. So that was quite an incredible thing in itself, the fact that he couldn't eat all this pizza. So then he had the problem of how do I get rid of this pizza? And rather than just throw it in the bin, he went out into the communal hallway and found a cupboard where he stored the pizza. To this day, it's probably festering. And the neighbours are probably saying, why, what is that smell in the hallway?
Dave, thanks for not telling the other New York.
Yeah, I was going to, yeah.
Oh, yes.
No,
New York story, you can ask James himself. But also, I mean, James is actually a great friend, but he can actually be really controlling. Don't worry, I'm nearly wrapping up here.
That's alright, mate.
But he once said to me, okay Dave, come over tonight for 8:30. I said, yeah, fine James. And then he said, so leave your flat at 8:10. Okay James, do that. And then he said, why don't you eat evening meal at 7 o'clock? Then you can fully digest it and then you'll be ready to go to work. But I have to say, you know, these are all minor flaws.
obviously, and he is amazingly considerate and thoughtful. And recently, when my sister was ill, he was the first to phone and say, "How's your sister?" And she's actually fine now, and that kind of thing. So that's an indication of what a great friend he is. But also, of course, he's a great dad now, and he's found the perfect partner in Hannah.
Thank you, Dave.
And I have to say, you've done a wonderful job in turning him into a normal human being. And you've improved his life enormously in many ways, you know, too numerous to mention. But also, together you're a great house. You've even created your own Dave Collins suite for me.
Kate Wright suite.
But also very great friends to have, so just finally his final toast to James.
Yay, Dave.
Thanks, Dave. So I'd just like to say a final thing. I'm really sorry I was rushing through my speech because of nerves, but I didn't thank the bridesmaids, Kate, Joe and Emily, who really helped set everything up in the pub we're going to later. And they spent hours yesterday, and I know you've been helping Hannah in the preparation for the day, so I'm sorry I didn't thank you before. And Gerald, I'd like to thank you for spending time with me recently. Thank Dave for making a speech about me, which was polite and everything. And my other sort of best man or mediocre man. No, I didn't mean that. Nick, who's doing the video footage, which we paid.
It'll be on YouTube later.
So thanks. Let's go and have some food then, yeah?
Okay, cool, yeah.